Hi, I'm Perry Black, right here at Second Chance Youth Ranch TV, and on this program we have a very special guest mentoring foster children, the Mayfly Project. So don't go away, we'll be right back. Hey, welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. I'm your host, Perry Black, and on this show we have a very special guest with the Mayfly Project. You may say, what is that? That's why we're on the air. Jess,
yes, sir.
Welcome.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
We're excited about having you guys on the show, you guys singular on the show.
Yes, sir.
Your last name is?
Westbrook.
Jess Westbrook with the Mayfly Project.
Yes, sir.
Now, I just want to tell our viewers in advance, I'm probably going to mess up the name of that project more than once. I'll talk about the Mayflower coming across the ocean.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The early pilgrims.
It happens.
And you said that happens from time to time?
All the time. Yes, sir.
So, Jess, tell me a little bit, just a snippet about what is the Mayfly Project, and then we want to get to know you.
Okay. So the Mayfly Project is a 501c3 organization that mentors foster children through fly fishing.
All right, so I always want to clarify when we talk in some lingo that the average person sitting there at the house maybe doesn't grasp. 501c3 means you guys are a nonprofit.
Yes, sir.
Are y'all a public benefit charity or a religious nonprofit?
Public benefit, yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, for others that are also viewing that don't know what's the difference? A public benefit charity means y'all are probably, because I know y'all, you're faith-based.
Yes, sir.
But because you're a public benefit charity and not a religious nonprofit, you can get support from all kinds of business, corporations, and entities and civic organizations.
Yes, sir.
That if you were just a religious organization like a church, they may not support you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, those kind of organizations, Red Cross, those are all public benefit charities.
Yes, sir.
Second Chance Youth Ranch is a public benefit charity, faith-based.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
somewhere along the line, we made a connection, we being the ranch and you being the Mayflower Project.
Yes, sir.
Are you the founder of the project?
Yes, sir. Founder of the project. So it started right here in Benton, Arkansas.
In Benton?
Yes, sir.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yep, Benton, Arkansas. And currently this year we have 52 projects in 35 states and one international project in the United Kingdom.
So I'm not sure everyone has figured out with all that legal jargon I just went through what the Mayflower Project is.
Yes, sir.
But always on this show, we believe that people don't buy into us until they buy into our vision. Mm-hmm. Or they don't buy into our vision until they buy into us. And people don't really, what they really want to know is, do we care?
Yes, sir.
And if they figure that out by knowing who we are, that kind of gives them a better indication and inclination on whether or not they want to support an organization.
Yes, sir.
So tell me about you. You mentioned that Mayflower was founded right here in Saline County in Benton.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and our studio here is in Bryant. 2 exits from Benton.
Sir.
Actually,
yes,
one
sir.
exit from Benton. So tell me about you. Where'd you grow up?
Yeah, so I grew up in Benton, lived in Benton my entire life.
Graduated from?
Graduated from Benton.
And did you go on to higher education?
Yep, went to Ouachita Baptist University.
Good,
yes,
good.
So graduated
college.
with accounting and business administration degree. So
now I could be wrong because my wife is not here, but I'm almost positive my wife's grandfather, J.L. Watson Sr., Watson Elementary in Southwest Little Rock, is named after him. He was a Pulaski County superintendent of schools back in the 1920s or 30s. I'm almost positive he graduated.
Oh, really?
From Ouachita.
That's cool. That's
because
cool.
I have grandchildren, and we've looked at how can they get in there, and if you've got someone a family member that's an alumni, that really helps you kind of get on the fast track, I think.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you graduated with what kind of a degree?
So accounting and then a business administration degree with an emphasis in finance. So 2 degrees, I guess, technically.
So money management and business management?
Yes, sir.
All that kind of stuff?
All that good stuff. That's my specialty.
You got a bachelor's degree?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did you go beyond that?
No, sir.
No?
No, sir.
Were your parents proud of you that you got her to graduate high school and college?
Yeah, they didn't think they'd ever make it.
Did they make you move out?
No, I lived there until I was like 26. So
now, I found out when I just talked to you coming into the studio, you've got children here on campus today?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we've got 2 girls, Kyle and Kate, that go to school here. So.
And they are 2 and 4 years old?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So those that are watching, we have a preschool here, 6 weeks to 4 years old. Mm-hmm. We probably have today probably 125 to 135 children in that age bracket.
Okay.
And then in our school, kindergarten through 12th grade, Arkansas Christian Academy, we probably have another 270 plus.
Okay.
Just before I walked in the studio, we just received another 12th grader, a 7th grader this morning from yesterday's interview. We're just growing. We're up about 25-30% this year.
Okay.
And then you also have a 3rd child?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But he's
Caldwell Elementary School.
Yes, sir. Caldwell Elementary. He's 7. He's in the 2nd grade. So
yeah,
he's loving it.
And he was here when he was a little.
He was. Yes, sir. So all of our kids have come through here.
Yeah, our ministry is all about community. It's all about missions. It's all about reaching out beyond the walls of the church. That's why we connected with Mayfly Project through the ministry of Second Chance Youth Ranch.
Yes, sir.
So tell me, you're married, you got 3 kids, and we got a minute and 30. Tell me, you're a business founder and owner.
So, yes, sir. So, so I currently have a small ownership percentage in like a local clothing company called Native.
N-A-T-I-V, and if I remember right, that's questionable. There's a emblem of the state of Arkansas with N-A-T-I-V in the middle of that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so that's what I guess we're really known for, is that kind of emblem on the back of cars and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so, so yes, sir. So I went to work for them like 4 years ago and ended up with ownership. And so they're super awesome. Mayfly Project probably, takes 15 to 20 hours a week just from me, and so Native's really supportive in that. I kind of went there with them knowing that was going to be the case. So,
all right, 40 seconds. As we move to break, give me a snippet one more time. What is the Mayfly Project?
So we take foster children fly fishing, and we mentor them through 5 sessions, and then we outfit them with everything they need to fly fish on their own. So.
And what other organizations in foster care do y'all do Mayfly Project with?
So we work with a lot of group homes around the state. Obviously, Second Chance. We work with United Methodist. We work with Water Springs in Texarkana.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
A lot of people around the state.
What about Derek Brown with the Baptist?
We haven't worked with the Baptist Home yet. Yes, sir.
Oh, well,
yes,
okay, Derek, we got to get on those fosters. They got a lot of them.
Yeah, we need them.
I lived at the Methodist Children's Home.
Oh, did you really?
But y'all weren't around.
Yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Hey, we're going to take a brief break. We'll be right back with Jess and with the Mayfly Project. 750
A mission field around you is filled with young hearts needing a forever family. And at Second Chance Youth Ranch, our team is committed to providing healthy, stable, loving homes and families to hurting children in the Arkansas foster care system and those up for adoption. Please contact us if you feel the tug at your heart to help foster or adopt, and find out the steps you could take to help fulfill a child's lifelong dream. Maybe you can't foster or adopt, but you could help. The need for thousands of children in the system is staggering. But with the help of faithful partners and business alliances, we are meeting those needs right now. Would you help us make a difference? Every gift, regardless of size, impacts a child's life directly and helps provide for a home in the gap right now. Visit the Second Chance Youth Ranch website at 2CYR.org to read more, watch the stories, and to make a contribution for a hurting child's care. Monthly partners are needed, so please contact us right away. And as you partner with this ministry, you are partnering with the Heavenly Father that has promised to be Father to the fatherless. God bless you for helping Second Chance Youth Ranch.
Hi, welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. I know these brief breaks are informative and sometimes even inspirational. Will you make a note of the information that we put on the screen and become a friend and a partner and a prayer warrior for all kids in foster care and for Second Chance Youth Ranch and dynamic, life-changing ministries like the Mayfly Project?
Yes, sir. Nailed it.
Jess is our friend, and Jess and his team of servants of Christ have been to the ranch many times. You guys have been connected with us for how long now?
For 6 years, I believe. So y'all were the very first place that we started mentoring, like
really
throughout the entire country.
Now,
so.
Dr. Rice, does he work with you guys?
Yes, sir.
That's
yes,
what
sir.
that's what I understood. And I went out there. Oh, it's been I don't know how many years ago now. And you and your team and Dr. Rice were out there teaching the young people how to make flies.
Yes, sir. How to tie flies.
And I grew up in the country. The last thing we want to do is make them. We want to kill them.
Yes, sir.
So, and then my pastor from the late 1970s and actually late 1970s, from about 1976 to 1980, he made extra income making flies for fly fishermen.
Okay,
yeah.
That's cool.
Really, really good at it.
Yes, sir.
And then he retired, and that's what he did probably until most recently.
That's awesome. That's
Dalton
awesome.
Hudson was his name, from Southwest Little Rock. So how did you get into this whole mayfly project, and how has it grown? And tell me something about your success.
So the way the Mayfly Project got started, I knew I wanted to give back, and through fly fishing. So fly fishing has been so healing for me. So after Case was born, my 7-year-old, I started having major anxiety. So, panic attacks. I lost like 30 pounds. I looked great, but lost.
You look good.
lost 30 pounds. I was missing work, and I was really dealing with anxiety. And I had a guy who was a local fishing guide that I was friends with, and he's like, "Why don't you, keep coming out?" He kept inviting me to go fishing. I really looked up to him.
Where did y'all fish? White River?
Little Red River. Yes,
yeah.
sir. And so I've fly fished my entire life, but it wasn't until 7 years ago that I started using it as like a healing tool. And so when Chris would invite me to go, I noticed when I got out there, particularly after I started having that anxiety, that my anxiety just disappeared.
Yeah. Did you ever trace back why the anxiety?
So
your son's born and you're overwhelmed?
Case was born just overwhelmed, and I think maybe highly caffeinated and didn't have enough sleep,
Yeah.
And so, I was looking for a way to kind of give back, and we were at church one Sunday, and the call was there.
Yeah.
And
good friends. Yeah.
And they mentioned foster kids, and I looked at my wife Laura, and I was like, "That's what I want to do. I want to take foster kids fly fishing." And Laura was like, "Okay." And so I started working.
And then she started getting anxiety.
Yeah, right. And then so she started, we started talking with Julia, trying to find kids and all that stuff. And so ended up connecting with Mr. Billy and Miss Rachel. And that's just kind of how the whole thing
How many
got
years,
started.
when you first came to the ranch, was that 6 years ago nearly?
Yes, sir. So 2015? Yes, sir.
Wow.
So it's been a while.
Why fly fishing? Were you a fly fisherman from your dad take you or something?
Yes, sir. So I've fly fished like literally my entire life, and
Is that mostly trout?
It's mostly trout, but we connect our kids here with their local waters, right? So we want to be able to continue to fish. So, like we fish behind the house, and we'll also fish on the river when we go out to the ranch. So, the very last outing here, we'll take them up to North Arkansas to Dry Run, which is a kid-only stream. And
when you fish at the ranch, you said at the river, that's the Saline River.
Yes, sir.
You cross the bridge.
Yes, sir.
Do y'all go down by the bridge?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Are there a lot of fish down there?
Yeah.
Every time I cross the bridge, and hopefully the TV crew will put a picture of the bridge on the screen so people can see that bridge, but it's beautiful, the view off the bridge, and I always stop and I'm always looking for fish.
Yeah, if you go upstream, there's a couple good holes where the bends come around. So we fish the river. So
that's pretty cool.
It's super cool. So that's kind of how we initially got started, and we were doing it for 6 months or so, and I was like, hey, we need a logo created. And so we contacted an artist out of Pennsylvania, and she did our logo, and as soon as it hit social media, it just kind of took off. Everybody was like, what is this? What is this? And
so social media, you have a social media site then. What is it?
So it's just, our handle on Instagram and all that stuff is just The Mayfly Project. So you can just kind of search that, and it'll come up on Facebook.
Mayfly project.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to do a dot or anything after
No,
that.
sir.
They'll just pull it right up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And how do y'all get your funding?
So mostly private donations, through, we do get a couple grants from some local private organizations, but mainly private donations and just fundraising. And
What can you give us kind of an idea of how some foster children have been impacted?
For sure. So,
and what about moms with boys and or girls, absentee dad? Y'all just focus primarily on foster kids?
Just straight foster kids.
Care.
Yes, sir. Just kids in
care. So
care.
you're working with an organization that's been screened, and you guys have been screened, and so forth.
Yes, sir. And so we do have some deal worked out with DCFS, which is a what's it called? Memorandum of Understanding.
Yeah.
Where you can actually, we do work with DCFS some, but we prefer to work with group homes just because the kids are all at one place and it's easy to travel there.
Department of Children and Family Services.
Yes, sir.
So our policy in everything we do in this ministry is safety, safety, safety.
Yes, sir.
If we keep the children safe, it protects our adult servers and our organization.
Yes, sir.
But it's all about the kids.
Yes, sir.
And that's why we network with Department of Children and Family Services, good friends there who do this full-time, 24/7 a lot of times, and connecting with other organizations that share our philosophy of keeping kids safe. We got about 40 seconds. You've got a quick story of some child that just kind of blossomed when they picked up the pole and started
yes,
throwing
sir.
the fly?
So we've got tons of stories. I'll give you a story from actually Second Chance. So there was a kid in care for a long time. He was at the ranch for probably 4 years. And we mentored him 4 years. And I joked with him because he, we give them their own fly rod, their own pack, and all this stuff. And the second year, we gave this kid his own waders, right? And the third year, we gave him fly tying sets and all these books. And the fourth year, I jokingly was talking to Billy and Miss Rachel, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna have to get him a boat. I don't know what else to get him, But we do have some kids, and we have at least one kid at the ranch right now that I know that this will be a lifelong journey for them. They love it, and that's how I deal with my anxiety and my stress, and so we hope that those kids do the same thing, kind of.
Well, we're going to take a brief break, and then we're going to come back and share with you how you can make a connection through Mayfly, Second Chance Ranch, The Call, or Project Zero. There's so many opportunities for you to get involved and impact the lives of children. We'll be right back.
With most days, the only constant is change. And the pressure is always rising. The broken promises add up, and life feels out of your control. You can't help but slowly let go of hope, of dreams, of possibilities. Until someone or something proves you wrong, or introduces you to a place that you can call your own. Welcome to our sanctuary, where stress rolls away with the river and hope is increased with every fish we catch. Where a high five can change your spirit, and a cast can calm your troubled mind. Together in the river, we will find patience, excitement, opportunity, perseverance, and friendship. It goes beyond the gift of a fly rod. It is the Mayfly Project.
Hey, welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. Our goal on Second Chance Youth Ranch TV is pretty simple. It's to keep foster care and the opportunities to change lives in the forefront every week right here on Victory Television Network. Our partnership with Victory Television Network and Pastor Caldwell and Jim Grant and that whole team over there is so essential to what we do. But we also want to use this platform not just to let you know about Second Chance Youth Ranch, but all the dynamic, life-changing organizations that operate throughout our state and that oftentimes are connected with us either directly or indirectly, and then they give you an opportunity to make a difference and not simply be informed. You know, we're not here, Jess, just to inspire people or to talk about some great thing we're doing. It's really to let people know there's opportunities for them to be involved.
Yes, sir.
So tell me, how can someone that's watching the show, it's late at night, or like me, they've recorded the show and they're now viewing it at a more realistic time of day. How can somebody that's watching get involved in mentoring or fostering? Do y'all look for volunteers with Mayfly?
Yes, sir. So we're always looking for volunteers, and that volunteer, it doesn't have to strictly be fly fishing. It can be helping prepare meals, or, when we take our kids up, we take the Second Chance kids up to Dry Run. We need in-kind donations from, it could be connections with local grocery stores. There's tons of needs.
But we have a guy here in the church who was formerly a coach in the public school system. In his last years of retirement, he worked at Bass Pro, free advertisement, and he and some of his co-workers bought a bunch of fishing poles and equipment for our children.
Okay.
I don't know if that had anything to do with fly fishing, but I suspect they're probably down at the Saline.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Some fish.
Yes, sir.
So there's opportunities for people to volunteer, and they can contact you. Y'all have a website?
Yes, sir. It's just themayflyproject.com. So it's not .org, it's .com. And there's tons of ways to, like I said, you can even just send us if you're not sure what you can do, sending us a message just to be like, hey, I may not know about fly fishing, but I have these connections or talents or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're always looking for volunteers.
I know somebody up at the White River that owns a bait shop or a tour guide.
Yes,
those
sir.
kind of things would go a long way in helping us reach more kids.
Totally.
How many kids do you think you guys at Mayfly currently are mentoring this year in 2020? This is 2021, right? I've lost track.
Yes, sir. So here in Arkansas, I would say we're mentoring around 50 kids, and so that's with 5 sessions. So we mentor those 50 kids through 5 sessions, and then across the United States, I would say it's probably a total of 450 or so. With things still being a little weird.
Chapters all over the state.
Yes, sir. So we have 2 Central Arkansas chapters. And then we have 1 in Fayetteville, 1 in Texarkana, and then we're working on 1 in Jonesboro. So we have 5.
That's a Watley organization down there.
Yes, sir.
The name of it again?
Water Springs Ranch.
Water Springs.
Yes, sir.
And they're doing a good job down there, too.
Yeah, they are.
My daughter teaches school down in the Texarkana, Texas, Pleasant Grove. And so I'm down there. I drive past his business, of course, Riggs, Caterpillar, good supporters and friends of our ministry. Of Second Chance Youth Ranch. I drive by them. And so when I'm out driving around, I look and then there's Garrett Excavating and and Riggs Outdoor. I see all these places. Hill Built, so many more. I mean, I could go on a whole new show just sharing our friends and supporters who may never throw a fly.
Yes, sir.
They might not very frequently show up on our property, but they're impacting our children through their support, their prayers, and those who support your ministry of the Mayfly are indirectly, or perhaps kind of in a way directly, supporting our ministry and the call, Project Zero, and all the other organizations making a difference. Now, you guys are a public benefit charity, so anyone out there that owns a business who said, well, I really am so consumed with what's going on in our world right now in my business, I can't come out and help y'all physically. But do y'all take donations?
Yes, sir. We do take some donations for sure.
And so all they have to do is go find the mayflyproject.com.
Yes, sir.
And all the contact information's there. And of course, our guys will have it here on the screen. And my team always they'd hate me to do this, but I always say right here somewhere.
Yes, sir.
And I shouldn't do that. But people's prayers, do they make a difference?
Totally. We always need prayers, for sure.
So a minute and a half. When did you come to know the Lord?
When I was 8 years old.
And it impacted your life?
Yes, sir, for sure.
And did the Lord help you work through those panic attacks and anxiety, and is He still helping you today?
Totally. So I'm a firm believer that there was a time when I was having all of that. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? And obviously the Mayfly Project came out of that, and
and look how that's now like a pay it forward.
Yes, sir.
Created a ripple effect.
Yes, sir.
So there's people watching. We only got a few seconds here, but there's people watching. What would you tell anybody that's just dealing with life, COVID fatigue, and life in general? What would you tell them as far as faith in Jesus Christ? How can that impact and improve their life?
So, to be honest with you, Pastor Perry, I don't know how I would get through day-to-day life without Jesus, right?
Me either.
And so, being able to lean on Him when times get tough, right?
Yeah.
When COVID first started, who knows how this is going to impact the Mayfly Project, Native, who knows, And so,
all the lives that are impacted as a result of your prayer as an 8-year-old, and the prayers that really started coming toward heaven when your son was born all those years ago, your first child.
Yes, sir.
If you don't know Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, man, you need to. And that is another reason we're on the air. And if you don't know Jesus, you can do what I did. Just say, Lord, help me. Come into my heart. Forgive me my sins. Be Savior, and I'll make you Lord. And if you'll do that, He'll not only change your life, like Jeff's, He'll start changing lives through your life. Thanks for watching Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. We'll see you next time right here. Bye-bye.